Guard over there. There's a guard. Guard over there. There's a guard. Guard.
Alright, so I wanted to make this video on guards to try to help out new players because I've been seeing a lot of people playing, like if they're new, if you get spotted by a guard, they panic and they just run away, which will trigger the guards to actually come handcuff you. But I wanted to make a video so that way you can get a better understanding of how guards work. So let's get into this. Alright, so the first thing I would say you need to know when dealing with guards is what area you're in. So you got the public area, which you can basically get away with anything, sprinting, having bags of money, just about anything as long as you don't have a mask on. If you're unmasked, you can get away with tons of stuff. Second is private areas. If you're back here and guards see you, they will escort you out unless you run away from them and then they'll arrest you, like you've seen earlier. So, and then that leads to the third area, which is the secure areas. If you get spotted in here, even without a mask on, you will get arrested straight away. If you try to run away, they'll start shooting at you. So, that's the three main areas of the game. They change based on the maps. Secure areas are usually places you should not be in a bank or wherever you're heisting. So, like this area in front of the vault, secure. You shouldn't be there. The back areas are private, like you can be there, but obviously they don't really want you there. That's basically the gist of areas. So, if you get caught in a private area, what you should technically do is just let the guard spot you.
You shouldn't be in here.
They will put up a ring.
I think you took a wrong turn. Please
You stay
you need to follow me.
in the rings, and they will escort you back to a public area. So you don't get handcuffed. You don't have to restart the mission. And you can just restart after you get walked back out. This comes in handy if you want to get their cards and stuff. Makes it real easy to get those. It also comes in handy if you want to use like motion sensors. Like you could sneak up and just tag them with them. But this will make it easy if you want it to just do that while they're walking you back.
Hey, you! Restricted area! I'll need you to come with me. This area is restricted.
So technically, you could like hack a phone or put a motion sensor on them while they're escorting you back. Comes in very handy if you're stealthing. Especially on the lead guards and overkill.
Let me catch you back there again.
Alright. If you're caught in a secure area, there's no escorting, it's just straight up handcuffs. So, where's the other guard? Oh, he's right there.
Guard over there.
So if you're back here, he will just come arrest you. No escort, just straight up arrest. So that was basically the gist of not having a mask on. So let's play around with actually having a mask on. If you have a mask on, if you get spotted in public, you're gonna get arrested. If you get caught in the back, you're gonna get arrested. So want to try to do as much stealth without putting your mask on as possible. Because once your mask is on, everything gets more difficult. Like, even the little civilian dudes, they will, be like guards now. So if you get detected by them, bad luck. So, if you get detected by the guards, same thing.
Stop right there!
They're gonna automatically go to page, and you gotta take them out. Which brings us to another thing.
No problem.
On these
Must be
missions,
all this shrapnel
you got
in every
radios.
goddamn part of my body interfering with the signal. I'd ignore everything for a while if I were you.
So,
Oh my!
on normal, you get 4 radios. If you look over to the left, I used 1, so now I'm down to 3. So, from what I've seen, you have
Oh no!
4, but technically you could use 5, and when you use the 5th, they're going to go into searching, which changes all the guards' pathing, and it makes the mission a lot harder, so you definitely don't want to try to go over 4 if you're playing on normal. As the difficulty goes up, you get less radios. So I know on like very hard you only have 3 radios, and on overkill you only have 2. So you want to try to use those to the best of your ability, so that way you don't run into trouble down the road taking out too many guards. But let's jump back to the not having a mask on part. Alright, so we're back without a mask on. That way I can kind of explain how our items work now. So right now I have the motion sensors on,
There's a guard.
so that comes in handy with tagging guards. On overkill you got lead guards that do really weird pathing, so the easiest way to keep an eye on them is to place a motion sensor on their butt. So now anywhere they go, we'll let this guy walk us out.
You can't be in here. This area is restricted.
So anywhere they go now
Took a wrong turn. Please follow me.
with the motion sensor on them, it'll keep them highlighted for us.
Please, stay out of the restricted areas, okay?
Yep. So now we can be anywhere we want, and we're gonna keep eyes on that guy. So we can be off doing whatever, and we'll know where that guy is, no matter what. If he walks by another guard, it will also mark them, so that's one way to use your motion sensor. Another way is to put it in a stationary spot. So, say you want to keep a eye on like a doorway that you have to blindly come out of. Like this one is a good example. If you have your van out here, which on this map we don't, but see like how it highlights stuff around that guard. So it lets you know civilians and other guards' locations. But back to this. So if you have to blindly come out of a door and you're afraid of running into a guard, you can put down your motion sensor here. So if a guard gets close, it's gonna light them up for you. So you don't have to worry about accidentally blindly coming out of a door with a guard right here. Which has happened a bunch, so it tends to happen, and there's not much you can do unless you're really fast with opening and closing doors, or you could just use a motion sensor. So that's motion sensors. Let me go and get another loadout. I'll change mine to camera so I can show you that little fun bit. Alright, so we're back and we have some micro cameras to play around with. So these come in handy if you want to use them to place them on the wall in a hallway. You can use them to keep an eye on guards. Alright, just like the motion sensors, you can use the cameras and stick them on guards as well. You need to be careful with the cameras and guards seeing you with the motion or the camera out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and loot that so we don't have to worry about it. But you could walk up behind these guys and then throw a camera on them. And you can keep track of guards that way as well. So now I have a view of like what's behind the guard. So you could know, okay, he's outside by the fence. You know where he's at. But me personally, I like the motion sensor better because it keeps them highlighted and you don't have to actually go into your camera to see where they're at. But if you're running a map where you need the camera for like the panels, this is another way to keep track of the guards that way. Alright, so now we're at the part where I want to talk about moving guards.
There's a guard.
So if you want to get a guard to move, there is technically 3 ways you can go about doing so. You can use lures, which are across the maps, which will make the guard come check on them. So that's one way to move a guard. And then he'll see, okay, nothing's really wrong, and then he'll end up going back. Alright, the second way of moving a guard
It's a guard.
is with a secure area. If they hear you run,
That sounds a bit off.
they will go check it out. They'll make sure that they don't see anything suspicious. So just be careful that you don't get caught in the secure area, but you can use that to actually move the guards if they hear it. Oh, that was close. He was actually looking right at me. You gotta get far enough in, I guess. Sometimes it doesn't want to work. There it goes. But yeah, he'll go searching and look for where he heard the sound. And the third and final one, I will show you back here. Just because it's kind of the easiest one to do, as long as the guard's like over here. He's not.
Guard.
Alright, well the guard's there. But if you have throwing knives for your throwable, you can use those. Well, you gotta be masked up. So let's mask up.
Let's roll.
You can use those to make guards move as well. So both of those are actually moving. The only time that won't work is if you have the skill here, Retriever, which makes your throwing blades not disappear on impact. Then they would see it and then raise the alarm. As long as you don't have that, you'll be fine. Alright, so we have some other skills I want to talk about now.
Time to put the game face
Which
on,
the
buddies.
first one is cover up. So basically, if you get a guard, and we can take him over here and take him down, it will automatically answer his pager, so you don't have to do it after you take him down. So now his pager got already taken. If you look over to the left, or pager, radios in this game. So it automatically calls in the radio, so it saves you a little bit of time. Kind of a fun skill, comes in handy sometimes. Alright, the next one I want to talk about skill-wise is Slippery. So this one, if you get handcuffed, you can actually,
Don't make this difficult. Just follow me.
I'll let him come handcuff us and I'll show you.
Move. You're being detained.
So he'll come over here and handcuff us. This one comes in handy for like if you're doing speed runs on overkill for like
I gotta
rock the
trespass some
cradle.
cops over here.
You can actually uncuff yourself. The only downside to this is it puts you in your mask. But it is a way to still stay in the game. But now you're going to have to play with your mask on from that point forward. Alright, the next one I want to talk about is Glitch Protocol. There's technically like 3 different ways you can use this ability that I know of. And it comes in handy. Well, not ability, it's a skill, but let's get in here and we'll find a guard and we'll play around. So, I'll just hack this camera, that way we don't have to worry about it. So, if a guard spots you, you can hack their radio,
You can't be in here. This area is
and it
restricted.
basically makes them forget. So instead of escorting you, they'll just forget, and you can go on with your way, like whatever you're doing. All right. The second way you can use Glitch Protocol is just by hacking his radio, which will distract them for a couple seconds, and you can just run right past them. So that's another handy way of using it. So the third is if they're coming to handcuff you. You can use it to hack their radio, and you can get by them. The only downside to doing that is they're going to end up going into searching. But he still remembers that he spotted a criminal, and now they're searching, and his pathing is going to be different. He won't remember that it was you that did it, but now he's going to be pathing in a weird way, and it may cause problems for you. So it's kind of a last resort thing to use, but it saves you from getting handcuffed. So if it happens in an area that you're not going to be in, I think you can use it and get away with it, but just remember it's going to change the way that that guard passes around. And I don't know if it does it for all the guards or if it's just that one. No, it's all the guards. But all the guards go into searching, so it's kind of a last resort thing. Or no, wait. Yeah, I think they all go into searching. So it's kind of a last resort thing, but yeah, you can use that to your advantage, but it kind of hurts you too. So the next 4 things are kind of cheesy and may end up getting fixed later on, but for now they work. First is you can get caught by the camera guard in a private area and get escorted out.
You can't be here.
When you do
No
this,
sightseeing. Come on, I'll show you.
when they
around.
get back to the cameras, they won't actually be on them. So basically, you take out the guard without having to use a radio, and the cameras are all down. This next one is like the last camera guard, but it's for like the secure area ones. You can use a bag to break them from the cameras. So when you toss the bag in front of them, they look at it and you can pick it back up real quick and it breaks them from the cameras. However, they can still hear you if you're in secure areas. Alright, so this next one is basically distracting a guard. So if you're playing with friends, it's kind of a cheesy way of keeping a guard locked down. So let's find us that security guard to escort us out. So if this guy had like a phone you needed to hack or something, you'd have him spot you, escort
Okay,
you
time to
out,
go. This area is off limits. I will need you to come with me. This area is restricted.
and you can use that to get like stuff off them like that.
All
But
right, run along now. Don't
you can
make this
basically
difficult. Just follow
go
me.
in and out of his circle
Don't let me. This isn't a conversation.
and keep
You're
him
coming
locked
with
here
me.
for a while.
I know you heard me the first time. Now come along.
So as long as you don't stay out too long, you can just
This
keep
isn't a conversation. You're coming
redoing
with me.
this and keep him locked
I'll
here.
let you off. Don't make this difficult. Just follow me.
So
Watch where you're going.
I don't think
let
there's a
this- this isn't
time limit
conversation.
that you can actually do this, but it is kind of cheesy, and
Don't let me catch you back. I know
they
you heard me
should
the first time.
fix
Now come
this.
along.
But
Please, I
it's
know
in
you
the
heard me
game,
first time.
so
Now come along.
if you want to use it, that's
I'll
up
let
to you, I
off.
guess.
Come on, follow me. Let's
But
get
it
this
is kind of cheaty.
Please stay
Watch
out.
where
This
you're
isn't
going.
a conversation. You're coming with me.
But then all you have to do is let them finish, and then they'll go back to what they were doing. But you could probably sit here and keep them there for as long as you needed to, and get away with a lot. All right, this last one really shouldn't be in the game, but for some reason it is. So if you want to use it while it's still in the game, they'll probably end up patching it out at some point. But let's see if we can get in here and show you what it is.
There's a guard.
It has to deal with cover up. But let me use actually I need to get to the lead guard. Alright. So we get past this guy and we go in here where the lead guard is. We'll mask up.
All right, let's roll.
But basically I think I hear him coming down the stairs right now. Yep. But basically what this entails is we'll take him down, and cover up will automatically enter his radio. Right? Well, for some reason, it's not coded to keep sending a like radio signal to this guy now. So basically, you can take out a lead guard as long as you got cover up. Now you gotta take the lead guard out with a takedown, but there's no more pages from that guy now. Or radios, so weird thing that's in the game. But they should really fix that. So if you want to use that for now, it works. But my guess is they're going to eventually take it out, because it should not happen like that. But if you guys have enjoyed this video on everything I know about guards to this point, as of early or mid October 2023, if you've enjoyed, please leave a like, leave a comment in the comments below, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. But yeah, still no pages or radios. So that's weird, but it works. Thanks for watching.